This is Larry Casso. I want to welcome you once again to my studio. We have a little bit of a different type of painting here tonight. This was a painting that's coming from a book that was just given to me by a very good friend of mine, and it's one of the most gorgeous books I've ever seen on China. And I'm looking forward to getting a lot of sources for people and other things out of it to paint from. And so as we look at this now, it's not going to really be that very complicated. I just like the challenge of this. If you ask me what my plan is or what my ideas are on it, I absolutely don't have a plan. Okay, I'm going to jump in, and I do have a pattern that I like. We were just talking about this a moment ago. And I like these patterns coming up here, but my predominant light, instead of this, which I'm going to make darker, I'm going to move it behind here and let that fade out softly, and then let this come down. So all of this light will be connected, and then the different gradations going into the building. We'll have a lot of fun figuring out how we're going to do
You
that.
can do that down at the bottom like that old man's beard.
I thought about that,
Yeah.
Joe. That's
That's a
exactly
possibility.
right.
What's that smoke? Is that smoke?
So
It's probably clouds.
without further ado, now I have put some tape on my roof. Now I want to show you what works very well. You would find it hard to believe, but it's actually regular packaging tape. And if you take it with a real fine knife and put it on there like that, it's the best I've ever used. And so you can cover the whole thing up. You can see through it a lot more clearly, so it works very, very well. Now,
And it doesn't take the pencil drawing up when you pull it up either, huh?
what's that?
That, like, Misket.
That's
will take
right,
the pencil
Joe.
drawing up.
Misket and some of the tape will.
Yeah.
That's right.
How did you cut that
So,
tape to?
I'll go into that in a second with you,
Okay.
okay? Because this is drying
Okay.
really quickly, and I need to, because it's going to dry with this 140 pounds. See this? Yeah, this. See,
Yeah.
cerulean blue.
We wanted to get a hold
Got
of
some
him.
moves.
Yeah, but cerulean blue has got a lot of.
That's almost pure honey.
It's got a
right
lot of white. It sure is. Cerulean's got a lot of white in it, and I don't know whether he does in this one or not, but let's see. Can't blame losing my brushes on Janet because she's not here. Okay. Now we're going to get this real white. I'm going to be using a little cerulean blue to begin with, and we're going to just come on down here and let's just see. Now first of all, I want to get my very, very light pattern.
Honey is the carrier in the
Okay, now we're going to come down here like this, except one little thing's going to be different. I'm going to kind of come around, and I'm going to ask y'all if you kind of just keep the talking down a little bit, because it gets very confusing when you go back and listen to the videotape. If you don't mind here while we're getting this thing started, because it gets a little bit confusing. Okay, now we're going to come down here and see. I don't know. I'm just creating this abstract pattern like this. You see. And we're going to just come all the way down. Now you know then it's going to start getting a little puffy. And I want to leave a lot of my white coming through. Okay, but now something real interesting begins to happen. Maybe I need to go more to my brush like this. Okay. I remember so you can come back and soften the edges more if you want to. Leave those, not really trying to get any specific patterns.
You're not being very nice to us.
And then we can come in.
We can't hear the
No,
commentary.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I don't have it. I've got to fix that thing this week, and I'll get it taken care of.
We were
Okay.
sworn to an oath of silence.
Oh,
No,
That's
no,
pretty.
that's not what I meant. I just, if it gets too rowdy, it's just worth having the videotape, so that's all I'm saying, just. Okay, now, we're just gonna kinda let this, I don't wanna lose that white though, see, cause that'd be hard to come back with again. But so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring it right across the top here. Okay, and I don't see how this is relatively light in here. But I think rather than having it directly on here, I'm going to drag it down. I want a pattern that's going to bring your eye down and fade. I didn't want just a ring. Y'all get what I'm saying on that? So we're going to come in and do that and then pick this up. Let's kind of blend it a little bit there. Okay, I like that. Now, let's come on down towards the bottom. I think this is my ultramarine blue and Elizabeth crimson again. And if you'll notice, now what's great about this, see this stuff will start drying on you. So what's great about it is you really can come back and just come like this. Okay, now, just the right, perfect. Now, Joe, that is a good suggestion,
Well, it's
which
just
you
a thought,
brought
yeah.
about a little while ago. You know, I had thought about that. And now this is alizarin crimson and ultramarine blue. Whoop, wrong one.
Yeah, it's made Gary purple.
Man, yeah. Now, see, it might have been better to not have made that so wet, but it's done. Okay, now we're going to come back in here. And it's always good when you're doing this if you do it lighter. And then this kind of follows this pattern. I guess it's because the hill's coming through it. I didn't even think about that. It just sort of follows that area there. Let's come down a little bit more on the bottom now. We get some of this. That's a little too strong. Okay, and then, thank you. Now we're going to kind of come up a little bit. This is something that we're going to have to kind of redo, re-wet and redo and all this kind of good stuff. Now see here, I don't want a lot of activity around the edges. I want the eye purposely coming back in like this. So what happens, you have to watch out now that you don't get this to where it's too, it gets too fluid where you start spotting. I think we're going to be okay. Now see, when I get to an area like this, and if I'm worried about this, I'll just run water over all of it. And then of course, there's always Old Faithful. You know, if you want to pick some areas up like this works real well. Let's see what a little bit of this will do up here. Get some secondary. There we go. Just don't be scared. Okay. Now, let's come like this. Okay. Now, the next thing will be, see, some of this I don't want to be too
Yeah, I was thinking it's too
obvious.
pat,
Yeah. So, see, this is the beauty of it.
Sure.
What you can do with something like this.
Much better,
How's that?
much better.
Yeah, thank you. I felt like we needed to do a little. You see, when you get that, it's at that pattern where it's starting to grab your brush. You can do a lot of extra things with it that you couldn't normally do. So let's just come in and maybe put, I love this extra color in it. Now see, what's nice about it, I'm going to be able to take certain parts of this a section at a time later. Now, I'm not giving a lot of thought to what I'm going to do in here. I don't even really know that I like that color. See, some of it's got a little bit better color reproduction, the bigger ones. But look at all that greenery that's coming down here.
That's
You
beautiful.
see,
that
yeah.
green.
And then, but most of this over here is going to be pretty solid. So let's just start.
But see, there's a little at the top.
Yeah, there sure is.
That's beautiful.
That's right. So, and you can, I picked that up too, and that's kind of, and I said with this is going to be a mountain closest to us. So we're going to go with the blue, but notice it's got a greenish tint. Okay, so we're going to go with the blue and the brown. Okay, and we're going to get a little green, put it in there. Why not?
Well, there's,
that's why you can't be scared.
Don't be scared. Just a piece of paper.
Okay, now, this is gonna be
Your
fun.
last piece of paper.
This is gonna be fun
Oh,
because
what color's that?
as
Blue, brown, and green.
this is ultramarine blue. So I've only got 8 colors, so it's easy to remember them. It's only it's the ultramarine blue, and the burnt umber is going to give you kind of a grayish color, and then if you put your green in it,
As long as that stays wet, that's blending nicely.
It really
it's,
is.
yeah. And then see, my other option is if it stops blending
Mhm.
nicely, I'll just dry it and wet it all over again. You see, and I didn't know what was going to happen down here.
That looks pretty good.
Now, this I'm going to do because I really want this to make a statement. And then I'm going to come back over. I wanted to get parts of it broken, but I'm going to come back later when this is dry.
So this is why watercolor is so hard from, you used to
Well,
dark first and then light over it
Exactly.
to make that shade, and you
You-
go in just backwards from what I know.
you're correct. You're right on the money because that's really the problem. Okay, and then we're going to come in like this.
I'm not sure he couldn't have wet it all down and put the dark in and then gone
Mhm.
through that. He probably
Yeah.
could.
That's
But
why I
that,
would have tried
that's
it
something I
probably.
thought, but I can still do that, see?
Yeah.
But you remember that boat I did in the fog? That my river pilots all got me. You know, they all take pictures for me now and send them to me. I got them all lined up, man. They wanted to take me take me out in a boat back in the worst foggy time where I can go out and actually get my own pictures, but gotta get up too early, man. I'm not gonna drive
We
all
can
the
do
way
that.
down to Venice, huh?
We can do that.
Well, Joe, I'll
Just
send
stay
you
Yes,
the
the
but
night
who
link.
down
wants to
there.
get up that early?
That's
Man,
Thank
I
you.
get up that early every morning.
Oh,
Yeah. Come on in.
Hey.
Looks really good in the monitor.
Now, see, what's good about doing this? That's not your boys. How y'all doing, guys? Good to see y'all, man. Now, see, this looks like it's doing pretty good. It's staying wet enough. Y'all come on over closer, and let them come over and watch the TV and see what we're doing.
There's a seat right here. You wanna climb up?
Come on up, man. Now, see, I've got to watch. I'm going down a little bit low here, but that's all right. See, I'm not
It doesn't matter.
going to sweat stuff like that.
Where's the white
Or whatever, Hundell, that's right.
Yes.
You see here, we're going to continue up like this. And you think that sister's a pretty good artist?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Mr. Larry. What's your name? Robert? Well, Robert, we're so glad
Hi,
you
Robert.
came by tonight, man. Okay, now see, this is, yeah, they're out of school, Miss Debbie. Don't even bring that up now. Now, you see, I'm getting a little bit more of the stuff I'm trying to get in here. But you know, you still got so many options. I know what I'm noticing though is inside of this, I've got darker purples. And I want to start incorporating. See how I don't want it to be monotonous. So I'm going to start doing my purples a little stronger, and I needed a little stronger area down here. Whether it's in my photograph or not, I don't really care. This is where I wanted to sort of all start. Now you see, this is way too light up in here. But I also know I have the ability to come back and darken it later if I want to. Okay, now we're going to come in like this. Okay, and just take it right up against here and bring some of this down. You see that, having that little edge of using this dark now, I can still come in and keep the foggy look to it. Now some of this, I overdid it a little bit.
So, take it out.
So we just come in.
Fix that.
That's a nice effect right there.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Deb.
That really gave it
Hello.
the cloud look.
Hey, yeah, that really, I needed that. Pick up a little bit here. I think is this Tibet? That's probably what it is, huh?
Looks like a Himalayan to me.
Yeah, the Dalai Lama's sitting up on top of that mountain.
Going,
Yeah.
He's on vacation.
Listen,
I'm sure
I'm
Joe.
I'm sorry. I try to give them all the culture I can
I'm
give
sure
them.
there are muffins up there.
I'm just afraid it's very little.
I'd like to get it on audio that I returned your palette knife.
Oh.
Well, that's the first time. What about the other 5?
And it is clean.
Oh, it is clean. Brand new.
Now look at that when you see I'm coming back in.
Yeah, it's really showing up there.
And thank you.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Really nice.
But see, I got some tricks up my sleeve on this thing that y'all can't even comprehend right now.
Oh,
I regret I didn't do that boat. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hey, good job on that here. I tell you what, leave it up just right on that counter right there. We don't have any more classes this week, and I'll put a cover on it for you. He's doing real good. He'll finish the first one next week.
Excellent.
Okay, man.
Good
See you
night.
later.
Good night.
So let's get our blue, our brown again. Ooh, that didn't look it bad.
Oh, that's
It's
pretty.
looking good, really.
And the wonderful thing about it, you don't have to follow anything literally. Now see what I'm gonna do. Now look, I couldn't want it to be better there.
Monastery on top of the mountain.
Now you see, I already know if I blow dry every bit of this, I can come back in and rework all of this like I'm doing this right now. And it isn't gonna, now it might affect it a little bit down here, but I'll just cross that bridge when I come to it. If y'all can wait, I'll cut those edges down. Yeah, did you wanna see me about something? Oh, okay, if y'all can wait, I'll cut that down for you. Yeah, I told her it looks so much nicer. I told her her paintings will probably be the ones that, I mean, the stuff around the edges will be the things that probably sell.
Yeah.
She is really doing good. We love having her on this Thursday night. Okay, now you see, again, I'm not trying to copy it literally, but every little stage of dark I come in here with, it's just getting nicer and nicer. Now see, I'm gonna push it here, but I don't mind because I have things I can up my sleeve that, so I'm losing any wetting possibilities here. So instead of doing this, it's a good place to stop because I can easily pick this up. Now, one thing I just noticed though, okay, I've got this up, but I really lost this. See? And so I can do that. Or, and you see, that's where you, when you're not watching yourself, you just can, I made that a little bit too complicated.
Yeah, but
Bye-bye.
it doesn't have to match the picture. Notice
No.
the clouds move all the time.
No, but I like the masses. That's my abstract lighting.
I'm glad you pay attention to these things, Joe.
I do pay attention.
So I just hope,
I mean, you know, if you're,
I hope you don't mean as in what Gary thinks
you got
movement
Chinese,
is.
That's what
you got
movement
Chinese
is.
ancestors like I do.
You got
You know all that.
balance, center of interest, and he's moving the clouds around.
That's right. Well, I like what you got around the edge, hon. Even the middle looks good, but that, a lot of abstract, we've been studying about them abstract shapes.
Matrix.
Matrix, matrix.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Look at words over here, ain't I?
Actually, I thought you were the mom sitting here. I'm like,
What's it look like?
I wouldn't cut it
That
out.
doesn't look bad.
Hey,
Hey, look,
that mountain.
you know what?
If you came out like this and came up there, it would look good with that jutting out.
I like what you got.
I'm telling you. Hey, you know what?
I like
It's, but what I, now this is, I told y'all what the matrix was in the overall shape, except I changed it to put the light behind this. Okay, but now what will govern my painting is when I look at this, I see the matrix developing. Okay, and it doesn't have to be, as long as it's an abstract type shape, but I do want to, since we have just a few minutes left, I'm not going to re-wet this. Let me blow dry it, and then I'm going to show you all a little something that I think you'll have a lot of fun seeing. So, you dry that thing out. Look, we have a painting there for me. Mainly this part down here.
You did a good job, Sarah. We got that on tape? No, we ain't got that on tape.
No, I
On tape? Okay. good.
I think that's
I
right.
think old Dolly Llama
Really
would
put
be
the
happy
pressure
with
up here, you'll blow Joe right off the mountain.
The Dalai Lama would be
They're
very
blowing
pleasantly
everything off the
surprised.
mountain.
Look,
You say,
as much as I can do.
All right, I'm going home.
Yeah, I need to go
Well,
myself.
wait, I'm going with you.
Whoa, wait a minute, I still see 5 minutes on there, Joe Lackey.
Okay.
Thank
That's
you.
exactly what Larry said. I thought you had something.
If she's going this summer or whatever, not to worry about if she wants to come. Because we'll be putting out the other one or whatever, she can request it.
You know, that wine made my wrist would hurt.
She wants to.
Oh, what, is that,
Well, I
isn't that
swear,
something?
You know,
Probably been hurting
I
all
was
the
thinking
time.
I wanted to go home and take some anti-inflammatory or
But the
something.
wine took care of
Wine
it.
did
Made
it.
it would hurt.
Go home and rest in peace.
I can-
Wine, it ails, you know, it cures what
Nature's
ails you.
cure-all.
It's good.
What you think, sir?
Oh, I think it's beautiful.
It is so
Wonderful.
Just for just a second here before we close. Let's get out, now see, I like my dogs a lot better. Okay, now,
And they stay dark.
one of the nice things about this,
That's a watercolor pencil?
Those pastels I've got will do
and
that,
see, if
Larry.
by doing it very softly and in a circular motion,
We get like
You
the
can get that
wispies.
misty look.
it gives you the misty look,
May have to be
and
drier.
the gray comes through it, see? Now, I may have to let this dry a little bit
I think
more
you will.
to get it complete, but I wanted to show y'all because see, now what's helping me here, any places that I have
You can smooth the
some,
edges. Oh, okay.
any places that I have
Hard edge.
hard edges, you see, that's one way to do it, to take care of it.
With watercolor pencils? That's what I'm thinking on that
With this
camera.
one?
I can use my,
Oh,
or
yeah.
to get the straighter lines, I can use my pastel pencil.
Exactly. Now, and then, but also, what's great about the watercolor pencils, if you excuse me there just one second, Miss Sarah. I'm gonna come over, these watercolor pencils, they have about 96 colors to them. And so as a result of it, you just get almost every kind of value imaginable. And see, this is a little darker than I want. I'm pretty sure that I have something lighter. But you see, you come into some of these areas now, this is still really way.
Is it better for the paper to be wet or dry?
Oh, no, it needs to be completely dry.
Yeah, 'cause it's gonna
You
dissolve
see.
that watercolor pencil
Yeah.
if it's wet.
Yeah, that's the color that I'm looking for. But see, I'll be able to come in now, and I'll come into some of these areas, but this is, because I really have that thing wet for 140 pounds. I think we'll just wait and do it next week, but I just wanted to
Wow.
kind of show y'all a little bit, and then see,
Uh-huh.
you can do the other way and get me just a little turquoise, like a green, let's just take this olive green pencil looking, and you can come in and you can
Put
get
in
more of
the
this
other
way, you
too.
see. Except when I do it, when it's completely dry and blend it like this, you won't even tell it. It just looks like it's just part of the other.
Well, that
Wow.
does.
But I think it's gonna work.
I think
I
it's
think it's
wonderful.
gonna
Don't say a
fly.
doubt about that.
Great
Well,
stuff.
That is nice. This is a very good start. And that cerulean looks
Yeah,
great.
this is-
And that was just pure cerulean. That was nothing
know it.
added.
Well, can you, when you go back and do these different layers of mountains, can you leave that edge jutting in there?
Well, see-
And make that look like
see
it's
what
coming
I'll
out
do-
from this part?
Right, what I'm gonna do, well, see, actually, this is like it's behind that
Right.
part.
Yeah, but we want you to
Okay.
create a new
Oh,
mountain
well,
because
We
we
that's
like
like
that, we
that.
like the way that, look at that, look at
Yeah.
that
That
on the
looks
Yeah.
monitor.
Oh, I know
so
it.
good on the monitor.
I know it. Well, you see what it is, you can see it coming up here, and then on that picture, I'm gonna bring the book back next
Probably
week.
interstate runs right
On this picture here, the greenery is a lot lighter. So that's gonna allow me to continue with that edge all the way up, and I'll ad-lib whatever I need to ad-lib, see? Then when I come over here, I can come in, and I can take, like, just wet it right against that edge where the mountain's gonna be, and then I can put some of this
Have it
color in.
lighter.
Yeah.
And then while it's wet, get this on the edge, and see, so now I can break it down one section at a time. And so, like I said,
Nice.
but you know what, now that I look at it, I might like it better not having it exactly like this and having a little bit more things breaking it up, because it can be
Your
either
shapes
way.
are more interesting.
Well, as usual, y'all have been great,
Are we something?
and I really do appreciate it.
Really, really
And,
Good night, all.
huh?
Bye,
I still wanna know about this.
Oh, yeah, hon, it's this stuff right here.
But how did you have to cut it with an X-Acto knife?
Yeah, a very, very sharp one.
You traced it on
I
that?
transferred it, right. And I don't use, this is the one, this one's like surgically sharp. But it won't leak, and it works fine.
So do you place it on top of on top of this to cut it, or?
What's that? You just glue
The
it.
transfer.
You put it on there. Like, you take,
You have to cut it first, though, right?
no, I just do that, I stick it on there like that, then I cut it and lift
You
it.
cut it off there? On there, on the paper?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're thinking about, no, that's right.
Like how you cut it is what I'm just asking.
Thank y'all so much.
That's what I meant, how you cutting it.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Sarah. You cut it with I just cut it with an X-Acto knife. I say I love this much darker down here like that. Boy, that really is amazing. Casso, I want to welcome you once again to my studio, and we're concluding our painting from last week. I did want to mention a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, Mr. John Wu, that gave me the book that I got this from, as well as I'm going to get the source of a lot of other paintings. And they're just really spectacular, and I really appreciated his interest in it. He went to New York and brought it back from Chinatown and in New York City, and I've just gotten all kind of inspiration from it. And it tells you, by the way, I want to just say this one time while it's on the, let's see, far right. See, I'm just top, bottom, right. Okay. This, I'll just read what this says real quickly. Emishan in Sichuan province is one of China's 4 great Buddhist mountains. The name Emel means much browed, and the 2 Chinese characters for it sound rather like the first 2 sounds of the Buddhist invocation, O Mi Tufu. The peak on which Ha Zhang Temple is sited is 10,000 feet above sea level, and is said to be the place where the Buddhist Savatthi Phugzijn, one of the Buddhist disciples, preached the faith. In fact, Buddhism entered China first via Sichuan province in the 1st century A.D.
Wow.
That's pretty interesting. And they give you stories like this one. But look at some of these things just to give you an idea, and that's beautiful. Beautiful things to refer to. Okay, now we've got, we don't really have a whole lot to do on this one. Now I want you to notice that we don't start picking the fog up till about this level right here. Okay, and so I've been debating about how to start this again, and I'm not going to debate it very long. I'm going to go ahead and go with my first instinct, and I'm going to re-wet it. Now this is something a lot of people would think would be a horror story to do this, to re-wet a paper like this, but it really, now when I get to the dark areas, naturally I'm going to start picking it up. But that's when I stop. See, it's running a little bit more than I want it to run there, but that's okay. Excuse me. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put an area in that I feel is very important. Get a lot of yellow in it because I like the way it breaks it up. And as I look at the picture in the book, it has, see, it's in this top part up here, the greenery is very, very light. Get me a piece of paper over there, if you don't mind. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Dale. Yeah, that's really working. Okay, and I think I'm going to put a little bit more yellow because I love the way this yellow actually fills this area and begins to come down. So we're just going to come like this. Just great, man. Good to see you. Be sure and show your dad your picture tonight. Hey, you got a great start on this new one. Yes, indeed. And then you notice I'm noticing that some of this comes around here and maybe circles over where it kind of cuts the side of the mountain where it's not quite a jagged edge like that all the way down. So I'm going to go ahead and include that in it. And then you don't have any of that over here on this other side. So we're just going to bring, and I'll just include a little bit of it like this. Now this stuff comes down pretty low, pretty deep. And
Good night.
good night here.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.
I'm going to come down like this and then sort of let it fade over here. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to stay with my green, get a little burnt sienna in it. And again, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'll just come in here
Just a piece of paper.
and I'll just come in and
You need help, Gary?
get every bit of it and just take every bit of it out of there. See, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. Now I'm going to start doing a little of the pity pat technique there.
Pitter pat. Pitty
No.
pat.
Pitty pat.
Pity pat, yeah. Now as we come down to this side of this thing here, now it's going to start getting more. Now I notice that looking at the book,
Very good.
I'm getting more of the actual truer colors, and I'm seeing like a lot more burnt sienna up here, along with the ultramarine blue. So let's just, and who knows, we might throw a little red in there. Well, man, we can't leave red out. Let's throw a little red in there. Okay,
Chinese
now.
red.
Hey, there you go. Now let's see. I'm trying to figure where I left off at on this, because not that it really matters, but I want this. I've got to determine the point at which this is where the fog starts like this. But then I notice that as I come down, this is the perfect color to come in and have some of this lighter color down here. And just not have it quite as abrupt. Now see, I'll come in and blend this a little bit, because it can really be whatever we want it to be. Okay, and then I'm gonna let that dry just a little. I'm gonna come on up here with the ultramarine blue, the burnt sienna. And I might even hit me a little bit of black in here. And then I noticed that right in between the two divisions here, there really is a kind of a crevice, and you can see the shadow coming down. So I'm purposely doing this wet because I don't want it to be real severe. But then this shadow just tends to come in like this, and then it pretty well goes all the way down, and then you're going to start picking up some more of the lighter area here. Now, what I don't want to do, and I'm going to fix and take care of that, so make sure I don't want this to be, I think we had a little bit of alizarin in there too, this part. I want to connect these two, so if I have to lose some of what I was playing with here, I don't really care. So I'm getting it down to where it's a little bit dry.
There's our jagged edge.
I'm sorry?
There went our jagged edge.
Yeah, I know it. I couldn't leave it. 'Cause it just, oh, I see that. Let's see, the jagged edge is out here, though. I had a jagged edge where it wasn't supposed to be. But who's calling?
You created your own mountain and you liked it.
Yeah, I should. Well, I couldn't. I didn't plan to leave it, though. I couldn't leave a jagged edge right in the middle with nothing else happening. Deborah, I didn't expect me to do something like that. All right, now. Okay, now I'm getting back to the point that I'm way up here. That's the top part of. See, this is no longer wet, which is not a problem for me, because I'm just going to come and start doing a little ad-libbing with it now. But I know what I want to do is I want to come in, and I do know I want some of this to still be darker, and then they've got some darker sections. I don't want this to be as pronounced, and I'm going to let it dry a little bit, then I'll pick it up a little bit more. Okay, let's go with the blue. Burnt sienna again, maybe a little bit of more of that crimson. We can't leave that crimson out. Okay, now I'm going to come over here. Now we've got this other range where we're going to come along, and there's a very definite crevice. Now you see some of that's still a little wet, which is fine. And so I'm going to come here because I plan to. Okay, this is going to be the edge of the mountain. Like this, it comes here. And then I'll pick up another one in here. And again, this may be overworking it. I mean, you just don't know. You just got to go for the gusto. And then we're going to come down here, and I'm going to start softening it. Okay, because I played around with it a little bit last week after y'all left while it was wet.
You were not supposed
And, yeah, but y'all will forgive me when I show you what I learned. Okay, I'm just very insecure trying to come in here and do this by myself
He's pushing it.
without any.
It sure does look
I
nice
should
on
shut
the
up, huh?
screen.
Okay.
See the whole-
Mm.
Mm.
Wow,
Yeah, it's different. Now you see, as I come down here now, I'm gonna just carry some more of this in, and I'm gonna get it around here. You see, and then it starts being not quite so clear. And then I'll pick a little bit of it up in here like this. Now I want to start really letting it be a little mystical looking. And I'm gonna come back in. Let's take this.
That's ethereal.
Ethereal. Will
It looked kind of ethereal.
Yeah,
doesn't
but you
it?
get ready to create a matrix.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you,
Ethereal
Gary.
word.
I was hoping somebody would remember.
Ethereal voice,
Create the
sound,
matrix.
How's that?
heard the ethereal or
Yeah.
ethereal
Yep.
The matrix.
or
Ethereal.
ethereal.
At the round.
Yes, but
Yeah.
we've
I like
got
that
an
for real better.
ethereal matrix going here.
Ethereal matrix.
There you go. Actually, we've got some
Okay, so
really
how-
nice
how you-
fog going.
Yeah, we sure
That
do.
is really very nice.
It is.
Okay, oh yeah, no,
It
see
is.
that? Ooh, man,
Wow,
I'm
Lee.
surprising myself on that. Okay, now, then I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna go over this area here. Oh, very lightly, up against this other edge. See that kind of grayish color right there,
I'll tell
which
you,
is, which I've already got.
If one of them monks ever falls off the hill, he's had it.
He had a long time.
Well, you know
coming
how
his
in
way
England
down.
He
you
sure
have
did,
that
boy.
roll down the hill.
Get with the program.
He could say a
competition.
few arms on the way down, couldn't he?
That's right, yeah.
10,000 feet.
I know we do pretty good things.
So it's one of those religious things, you know, the monk roll.
We had those for dinner the other night.
Did your wife cook them right?
Yeah. They came
I
in a
think
pack
we
of a
better
dozen.
Oh, okay.
I think we better go back to the
Okay, y'all are banned from talking again. Wow, that's nice.
All right, now,
Oh, yeah.
then I'm picking up, then I'll pick up a, not quite, it's got a little reflected light it's getting, but I'm gonna still go to this and this.
Yeah, Don couldn't stand it. Come out and see
Mm.
what's
Okay,
going
now.
on.
This is where we can, no holes barred.
Mm.
Here comes your jagged edge there.
All right.
And then that's gonna come like this, and then it kind of softens and gets a little bit more, and you lose it, and it gets a little bit more like this. Now, see, what's the key here is to just come in now and blend it. And create this foggy effect like that. Where you keep the edge, but see, look at what it does for that fog.
That's incredible.
That's why I had to do this after y'all left last week,
Too on this one.
No,
because
that's
it kept it real nice and wet.
You are forgiven.
The more you lift, the
How you
farther
doing?
it looks.
Thank you, I appreciate it very much.
Look at the marker.
You see,
Laying
now,
there.
now going around, yeah, I'll look at it in just a second, because now going around the edge, you see, I notice coming down here. Now I'm gonna come back and I wanna pick up, it's got a little greenery, see, now I can start softening some of this, which I have to do, you know, it doesn't look natural quite as bright as I have it. But then again, I could be wrong.
But then again,
I don't believe it.
What's that?
we don't think you're wrong.
Just leave it? Well, I feel like I need to break it up a little bit,
Yeah,
you know, but
I think you do.
get more of an emerald type green if I had
Good
it.
night.
Good night, you
Hey,
guys.
thank y'all here. See you next week.
Yeah, that's better.
Look a little bit better. Okay, now you see like up here, now see, I got that going in there, but now this side of this mountain up here is, see, this is where you can start having some fun, like some of these little small areas that I want to control a little bit more. This is when I'll get some white paint, mix it. See, and then you can come in where it's wet, get it a little bit whiter, because it's going to all bleed through it. See, then you can reverse it.
Yeah, that's why it was looking so good with that rag while they were lifting it, making it look foggy.
Exactly. In these smaller areas, though, you know, where I want to get it a little more controlled, it's a little harder to do that. But no, that's right. That's what.
Sort of makes it look like it has little ledges and
That's what really shocked me.
rough spots for the muck roll.
Okay, now,
These technical terms.
as we come down here, this part right here goes down.
Don't lose it. Well, I could have set them off balance.
Are you taking names?
You know how
they
months
probably
get to the
forgot.
bottom now? They
I'm
roll.
still in charge.
You know,
They get there real fast.
we really, this is being recorded, and, you know, there's people I am not be able to share it with now, okay?
People that we might not even know.
Well, no, but when you get into ethnic things like that, you get another whole ball game. So I just had people I was going to share it with, I just won't be able to share it with now, that's all. Okay, now this is the darker area here. Okay, and then we can just start. See, now you can just play. I just know I need to do something to break up these edges.
I look so sharp on
Thank you.
TV.
Well, some of it I want to leave it, you know, that's when I want to get to that point where, now see, it's got a lot. I like the way that worked up in there because I could control it, see. But now, when I come to these mountains here, the key here is you just got to do that little doodab like that, get your little corner. And then,
Must be the Himalayas,
actually, Gary, we read it somewhere in some particular mountain in China. That's one nice thing about that book, they tell you where everything's located.
It's one
It's
of-
pretty interesting.
huh? Where are
Four,
the Himalayas?
four Buddhist.
I thought it was, you know, I thought it was Tibet or something, so I have a,
That's gotta be the
I have a
Himalayas.
gentleman that, of course, you know, when you start sharing it with people, they like people being interested in their culture. So I've got a fella from Taiwan that, you know, is going to look some things up for me, and he wants to bring me some authentic Chinese paintings, you know, so it just kind of keeps going like that. Okay, now, see, see,
That last little.
the whole thing is how much. And y'all gonna have to help me on that a little bit. Now, see, again, this is what y'all was talking about. You always got this ace in the hole. And then, if you're not completely sure, you take a little bit of something like this, you see, and then dampen just that one area. Look at that. And then it picks it up. I found that out last week, so everyone, you know, Joe, I was thinking like last week, you told me I could probably do this like I did the last one. Only problem is I don't remember how I
Well,
did
yeah,
the
I
last
don't
one.
either. I tell
You know,
if I remember.
you just ad lib it when you do
Yeah.
it, man.
But I think you are pretty
It
much.
had
Well, I'm
something to do with
satisfied.
that man's whiskey.
It's been that beard, yeah.
Okay, now, yeah, I believe
The edge
that.
of the beard is like the edge of that fog.
Well, but I tell you what I think is the turning point. When that girl gave me that stainless steel water bowl,
Oh, that's no question
every
about
painting
that.
I've done, I told her about it several times and thanked her.
And you can bring
Make
to
that
us
then
for
take
our
my dog's
comments.
watering bowl.
There you go.
I've got one.
Dog bowl in.
But you know, all
My
kidding
dog, we
aside,
got two like this, but he don't need two.
I've got one.
monsters.
the way it got started is this lady went outside and got her dog's bowl and washed it to try it, you know, because she's, like she said, you just kept.
That's first class right there. That's
Yeah,
stainless
it's
steel.
got a
man.
rubber
Yeah, well,
band
this
on
is,
the
this,
bottom.
so once you got everybody in Mandeville's got them, and so they,
Well, we so
He
I
probably
So
first
we got
to
to-
analyze.
Yeah.
We got to, okay, it's gonna come right here.
Must have
and
bought it
get a
with a
little bit.
stimulus check.
Yeah, probably so.
That's really starting to work.
Think it's all right?
Mhm.
Okay, you see, now here's a case where,
Okay.
where it's got softer edges that I want to go up into this area up here.
That would be.
Is that what it is? I can't tell from here.
You know, those are really, if that's 10,000 foot elevation, that looks foggy, but it's really, it's clouds.
Yeah,
Is that radio tower?
That
Yeah,
would be a
sure
radio
is.
tower
Where,
right next to the.
radio tower with the light away from next to it.
this part right here, well, I'm gonna put some
That's
light
for
stuff.
cell phone.
Yeah.
We have good coverage of it, but it's those Verizon people.
They're on top
Can you
of
hear me
it.
now?
I'm on top of the Himalayas, can you hear me now?
Oh. That's
Especially
cool.
where you
Look at
go one
that.
down.
Lord,
That is really working,
we're
Larry.
cooking with butane now.
I noticed I wanted that little light peak. See, I got time, so it'll only take me a minute to do that. I'll just go over that with burnt sienna and put some shadows in it. And I'll do my little section up there real quick. All right, let's see, I've got, see, I thought about trying to put a little something in, but see, I'm getting too picky. Y'all gotta tell me when I need
Look
to
at the
stop.
monitor, Larry.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
And I see, I think that green is just enough.
I do too.
It's going down the side of that mountain though. I feel like some of this has still got to, see, I'll make it a little dark, yeah, and maybe make the green come through a little bit more. But see, when you do that, it just brings the clouds out a little bit more, or the fog, whatever it was.
Mist.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Thank you, I appreciate it very much. I think,
And that little
And-
green.
and
in the
see,
bottom.
again, I'm not doing this for trying to make clouds more, but I noticed that this side over here, the whole side, the values are not quite as bright on the clouds. And see, I'm just subduing it so I won't take away from that. And then when you get down here, just gonna get a little bit more. See, when you do it at this point, it just kind of does its own thing.
Well, it's actually hard to, on the monitor, at least for me.
How's that?
It's hard for me to see the clouds on going all the way up the mountain.
Yeah. Like you talking about in here?
Yeah.
Mhm.
In other words, that line where you just had your hand,
Yeah.
it's kind of the top of the clouds. The way it's looking.
Okay.
Is
Is this good or
Well,
bad?
what I don't know.
No, no.
It's
If
good,
you
it's
want
good,
the
Larry, it's
clouds
good, go
coming
ahead.
up here,
Yeah.
I really can't
Yeah.
tell
Yeah, go ahead.
until
I
you
thought it was
smudge it.
Yeah, but see, it's here. They're here. Can you see it here?
Oh, yeah, I can see those
Yeah.
across that part.
All right. There's another way to. Okay. There's another way to bring that out a little bit
Nah,
more.
it does. That brings it
Thank
out.
you. That's good because see, that's what I kept worried about.
Really?
This next to last year.
Huh.
Something very wrong there.
Okay. And see again, I could play with that all night, but I'm going to just go ahead and call that done. Now, I do want to do one thing though. See, I'd like to connect this a little bit more, not make it look so spotty, and then just leave it.
It looks perfect on the
It
monitor.
really looks nice.
See, I can get a little bit, then you get a little bit more of this coming up. You know, and this is really the key, boy. You can just do all kind of stuff with this thing like this. Okay. Now,
That's great.
Mhm.
well, I tell you what, I think we're gonna do is It's getting close to 10. It wouldn't take me but 5 minutes to do that thing on the top, but I think we'll just wait.
But you got only 4.
Yeah.
That means you gotta win next week.
Well,
Oh, yeah. I think it looks, I'm
it makes you keep coming back, doesn't it? Those cliffhanger, you know?
Yeah, oh,
That's
yes.
cliffhanger.
Perfect.
That's a good one, man.
Now, that's all right, John. Here you got it.
Wow,
Bob.
that is so nice.
Tell you
got
what,
That
that
green
green
is
is
great.
really
And,
great.
well, see, I felt like,
Look at that. It's
Yeah.
just luminous.
I didn't even notice that. It really is, sir, and I never even noticed it until we did this. See you later, bud.
Good night.
I never even noticed it. Now, see, when you start getting places like this until where those edges are like that, you just get rid of them. See? And then you don't know but that, not knowing what the effect's gonna do is, now, see, coming up here, this is what I was looking at. Okay, right here, this is where I'm a little more concerned. So let's just do this real quick and then we'll just check. See, like, looks like this one comes a little bit more up the hill. See, this is what I found. I watch how you can just play with this thing.
Oh, there it
You
goes.
see?
You
That's
opened it
the
up.
one that I lost,
That's
that I was
really
concerned about.
amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
That's good.
Okay, and then, in addition to
The
that,
paper takes a lot.
yeah, and I found out that about this paper too, that it really does. And then see, I do see a little bit more while it's wet. I can show a little bit more of this. You see, that's what was bothering me. And then see how that is clear down up into here. And then you can
Oh,
even
yeah,
get some
'cause you
harder edges
actually
here.
have,
Mm-hmm.
that right there is yet another part of that
Edge, huh?
sheared off. Yeah, it's actually receded even further back.
And then just so I want that to fade a little bit more into that. Voila.
Whoa.
It's great.
Let's call
Great.
it done.
Look
Oh,
at
that's
that.
great. Very nice, look at that.
I'm
Put our mat on it.
amazed, as usual.
Little mat trick.
Yeah, I had put this on it last week when I got through, man. I was so excited about it.
It is.
Look at
just
that.
so
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
It looks like a city set on a hill kind of thing.
Look at that.
It's very.
Now, see, this, I've got enough of what I want. I want to see how the light goes up to about here on it. And, in fact, I think sometimes this is clearer for some things because the other's darker. And then this has just got a lot more. But I tell you, I think that greenery.
I
Yeah,
do too.
absolutely
That's
did
my
it.
favorite part.
And then when I put this really just off solid burnt sienna, and then I put the darks on the side, then I'm gonna highlight the green right on that edge. I'm gonna highlight like the, and that's gonna
Oh, just like right there. Oh, that's gonna be great.
be. Thank you all very much.
Oh, thank you.
I think we're on the right track. Thank you.
It is wonderful. Good night, Vince.
Looks like you're gonna pull off another one.
Well, Deborah, I need all the encouragement I can get.
That is spectacular, and I have not seen you do anything like that
You
before.
know, that's what I love. I mean, everything people are bringing me, Sarah, it's just got, you know, I just get more and more excited about it. And, taking off, Sarah. See you next week.
Yeah, Sarah.
And we'll go ahead and call this one completed for tonight. As we go to this last portion of our painting, let's just zoom in here and show how simple it is to actually take something like this and bring it in a little bit closer. I think we can see that on the screen very well. Now, this is going to be a relatively simple procedure because what we want to do is, if you notice, the majority of this is, as we look at the original picture, we just have a little burnt sienna mixed with burnt umber, and then between it we have some darker shadows and barely make out some other edges, and that's really what you want to do. You want to leave it to the imagination to figure it out. Okay. We'll take a little burnt sienna, and I kind of like the burnt sienna. Has a little bit more of a reddish tint to it. Let's go to a smallest, just a plain burnt sienna. This is the M gram burnt sienna. And we're just going to take this and go like this, and just start bringing our shapes. Actually, this is all we want to concentrate on here. We're going to do this and not really try to do a lot of detail. And I think to clarify it a little bit more, I was just going to paint everything brown and then come back and put the darker sections. But I think I'm going to just take it and more or less try to sketch the brown part in there, where I can leave a lot more of the lighter areas that I want to leave in it. And it's quite interesting to study this architecture. So we're going to come around like that, and then we actually have another area coming out here, up here, like this. See, of course, you don't need to really worry about trying to do it exactly like what you see on something. It's so far away it doesn't matter, but there are different shapes and so forth that you can utilize that really will define it for you. But then after I get through putting these basic shapes in, it's really going to be the darks. So let's just continue with it like this. Now I can look at it and see I might want to make it a tiny bit darker. Maybe I should be using a little burnt umber with this. But we'll just play with it a little bit and see how it works out. Because the dark is going to either tie it together or it won't. And then if it doesn't, I'll just do some other things to it. Now you see, we don't really need to be preoccupied with detail. I'm coming down like this, and then I'm going to have another rooftop like this coming across here. And then there's a little dark space in between. I'm going to leave that dark space in there. And I'm just going to come in like this. And I'm going to leave that white space to remind me of where I actually have to do the rest of this that I want to do. Okay, I'm going to come across like this, bring this down. It's almost a no-brainer, really, because there's no way to really understand what any of this is or what it's doing. It's so far away. So don't fret over it. Come around with this roof a little bit here. Ad lib if necessary. Link things together like I'm doing right now. Okay, now we're going to leave that. I think that's going to be perfectly suitable for what we're trying to do. Let's just see what that looks like if we just back off of it a little bit. Oh yeah, I think that's going to be sufficient. I'm going to pause for a second. We're going to go back now. And And we're going to get our ultramarine blue, again our burnt sienna. This time let's get a little black in there because we really want this thing to do its thing. Using a number 2 brush now, where I can make sure I get these really delicate lines that I want to get. So we'll start first of all by getting a real defined area here. And then we'll come under here, and I'm actually going to put a little dark area here, a dark area here, dark area down here. And I think this is what I'm going to do is very necessary as far as let's see if I can get a little closer. You probably won't be able to see this too well, maybe you will on a big screen. But there are some supports and then white areas coming through. See, and I'm going to really try to suggest some of this. I don't want to get too picky, but there are some things I think that are really necessary to capture the particular things you're trying to capture on this. Okay, and then we're going to get a little area right up under here. It's going to be completely dark. And then we're going to come down along the side of this. And we have a relatively large dark area under here. And we're going to come across and really just, let's just fill this in. Okay, and then we're going to come in like this. And maybe make this a little bit bigger here. Follow that like it's a cast shadow. And then we just come right around here. Just leave a little bit of that line. And see if you get over some of these lines, we'll just come back and put them back in later. But now we want to have some columns here. See? And again, I'm really trying to build a structure up piece by piece, not really defining anything. This to the front of it like this, and again I have no earthly idea on what I'm doing. We'll just do this. We'll get a nice harsh strong line across there. And then this is casting somewhat of a shadow on this portion of it, and then we'll come back and okay. Now, I don't really know what a lot of this is doing in here. And this is where the fun really starts, because you don't want to worry about it. You just come in, you fill it in. You put whatever you think you need to put in there. And then we have one more area over here. Bring it across. some of this with a little more burnt sienna. And on the side of this building, maybe do this a little bit lighter. Really follow that contour and blend it all together. Now this is what I'm really trying to do, is just to get this solidified. Okay, I think this is working out beautifully. And now we're going to get over to this area here, and I'm going to put a kind of a lighter gray. I don't really know what this is doing. I know part of it is going to be reflected in the fog that I'm going to be putting coming over it. But let's just carry this out like this, bring it down. We'll just bring this all the way to the bottom, leave a little light area. And we're going to use some of the same pigment, make this lighter area here. And then the only difference would be we're going to take some of the darker color now. And there's one little wall that tends to come down here. We're going to put it in like this and make it a little bit darker. And then I'm going to come back here, just fill this in. Not really worry what it does. So I'll put that shape in there the way I think it needs to be. Same way here. Slightly suggest that. That. What I'm wanting to do is, more than anything else, I want to connect the ridge of this mountain with the and lose it with the temple. And I doubt very seriously that very few people could question what I've done or criticize it. Make it even a little bit darker than I have it. Make sure I have all of this in here connected. And see, the more I do, the better I feel about everything and what it's doing. So let's take a little bit more of the blue and the brown. Put some identifiable marks that I think, for instance, I feel like these edges should be somewhat more pointy. And I think this is fine. I might just sharpen it a little bit more, darken a little bit of this. Now, What I want to do now along the bottom of it, I'm just about finished with it. I notice that whatever it is, we'll just continue to, I don't know what these columns could be, but they actually continue on the I guess it's a protective railing maybe. But it goes all the way along here, and then it disappears, and then we pick it up again here. And whatever it is, that's what it's going to be. And we'll let that dry, tone that down a little bit. And then I have one last thing we're going to do, and then we're going to call it completed. And that is to continue the fog all the way up to the top. Just doing a little compositional stuff on here. Let's see. I think that should have dried that up well enough. Okay, now let's take a little plain water. I'm going to soften some of this, and then we're just going to go over this. I'm going to let it fade. And then we're going to take our rag and just dab it, pick all of it up. And I think it's going to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish with this last little bit of fog here. I think that accomplished what I wanted. And let's go ahead and lift up our picture here. And let me just, you want to see things that bother me. A lot of people go back in and try to work them and work them. So like over here, this look like it's a little bit uneven. Let's get rid of it. What is that? What importance does that have going out of the edge of my painting? I think the rest of it I'm satisfied with. Oh, I did have one more area. Go back and get my number 8 brush. And I want to get some of my darker tones here. And whoop, I got a little white mixed up in that. We surely don't want that. And what I didn't like was I wanted this to be the predominant part. And just to give you an idea of what I'm doing compositionally good, that's on the screen. This is competing with this, okay, and I want this to be the predominant part. So we can do a number of things with it, but I think to identify it better, we're just going to take our green and tone it down. You see? And then I might even take a little bit of darker color and mix with that. Let that green look like it's a little bit, see, now I'm giving some connectivity to this area to where that's definitely part of this ridge, and that's a distinct part of the other ridge. And I think that's sufficient for now. May come back and do a little bit more later. I'm going to go ahead and call this one completed. I think that really did what I wanted it to do. Whoop. Flip the camera where we can get a holistic view of it. There we go. Then we'll put our mat on it. And voila. I think that's doing everything I wanted to do. We're going to call this one officially completed. That's it.